Muay Thai Academy. That's where I train right there, bro.
Train here?
Yes, sir.
How long have you been doing that?
Training here, I'd probably say like close to about a year. I used to train at a different gym, but you know, I always like to stick to traditional Muay Thai, and they kept it traditional, man. You know, techniques, the trainers and the people there are great. There's a great trainer there at 8 p.m. You know, I was rusty for such a long time, and he understood. You know, he says, "Man, I know you're rusty, bro." So he kind of went easy on me, you know. But once he said, like, once we started getting a little bit more warmed up, he's like, you know, we're gonna go hard in the paint. I'm like, I'm down with that, you know. So, but on my free time, that's what I like to do. Is I like to train there. Yeah. Okay. Damn, that's I like that. It's clean. Oh, snaps, bro. Yeah, this thing's dope, dude. Compared to how I was looking before.
What happened then?
No, I'm just saying, you know, we kind of invented a little tool. It's a piece of PVC that adapts to the water hose. Yeah. And if you can pay attention on that, well, you can come on this side, watch, check it out. So he vacuumed this side, you can see the bottom, there's no sediment, and there you see all the sediment. If you zoom in, you'll see all the sediment on the bottom, and that's what he's doing. He's vacuuming that out.
How big is this tank?
This is a 300-gallon freshwater glowfish tank. They are kind of low on glowfish, so we might bring in some new glowfish to kind of make it look a little full. He was suggesting that we should bring in some more new plants. This is a once a week account, so we want to make sure that every time that we're here, we either clean the plants, we do a water change, or we clean the decoration. This time around, we're doing a water change and we're changing the filter socks. So that's what we're doing here today.
So Johnny, what products do you use for the 300-gallon tank?
For this fish tank, what we use is 4 of these filter socks. We swap them out once a month. So in a month, the water goes through here, it filters out, and these get black. So some people spray them. I personally don't like spraying them. I personally like throwing them out. And then we also use an entire thing of carbon, which basically is a little bag that's full of carbon. And we swap that out since it's already, what's today's date? Let me see. Today is Friday, July 1st. So today we swap out everything. We swap out the carbon. We swap out the filter socks, which in this case, these are the filter socks. We swap them out and we swap the carbon out. We do that once a month, and then every other time that we're there, we clean the decorations, we clean the plants, and then we algae scrub it, and then we vacuum it every single time we're there. So that way, when people come into the restaurant, look at the fish tank, they can see like, wow, it's nice and crisp. We've gotten a handful of clients through Mariscos Colima, but going back to, you know, I think it goes back based on our prices. You know, our prices are pretty expensive for a lot of the customers, but the reason is we're a little bit more expensive than the average service company is because we're licensed and we're insured. So, you know, when you get, like what they say, you get what you pay for.
So Johnny, who cleans this tank regularly? Both of you or just one of you?
No, Victor always comes here and he cleans it. I'm just here to drop off some plants and make sure everything's looking up to date. I kind of come check up on it. Kind of like to check up on some of my accounts every once in a while. I mean, he does a great job. I'm not saying he's not doing his job, but I just like to come here and kind of overlook sometimes, you know. But they say 2 heads are better than 1, bro.
So are there any other tanks that both of you guys tackle at the same time? Or?
Yeah, we do a law firm that I have in Glendale, and one of my main accounts in Studio City are the ones that we usually normally do together. Lately we've been getting very, very swamped with work, so we're trying to split up as far as, you know, doing estimates and whatnot, kind of slowed down. We've been servicing Mariscos Colima close to 12 years. They've always had a freshwater 300-gallon fish tank, and we come here every Friday. Sometimes when we get booked up, when we don't have enough time to come, we usually come on a Saturday, but they like to always have it nice and clean every single Friday just to get it ready for the weekend. So we come here, we do a water change, we check up on the fish, we make sure the fish have food, we make sure the decoration is clean. So if you're in the area, if you live close to North Hollywood, come check out their food. They have really great food, I mean great price.
Can you give us an update on the tank?
Yes, sir. So right now we're just filling up. We did a water change. We normally do anywhere between 20% to 30% of the water change. And what we do is we fill it up directly from the, this one here does not get RODI water just because it's such a big fish tank. It's so much water to be bringing every single time. So we do water directly from the faucet, not only to save them money, but we actually add water dechlorinator or water conditioner to remove chlorine and chloramines that go inside of the water for the fish. Right now we're just basically simply waiting for it to get full, and once it gets full, it hits the water level down at the reservoir fish tank, the sump. Then we're going to go ahead and turn it off. We're going to run the pumps, we're going to run the heaters, and we're just going to check it out, make sure everything is running smoothly, and then we're out of here to our next location. This has a lot of pressure, so we have to kind of keep an eye on it. Watch, come check it out. I just barely tapped it a little bit, and it has so much pressure. The good thing is that we clamp it in the bottom, but it has a lot of pressure, bro. You can hear the pressure in the water. So we gotta be very careful. One time I opened it up all the way, the water hose started spraying crazy. Inside of the fish tank. I was like, oh snaps. Yeah, we're pretty solid, bro. So as you can see, you come on this side. As you can see, as the sump is getting full, you can see the bubbles and everything coming up. It's getting air out of the line, but as it starts filling up, it's gonna start pushing everything in there.
The sump is a
reservoir. It's like another fish tank built underneath it, which is basically a filtration system. And I'll show you that more on another video, but yeah, this is what we're doing right now. We're just filling it up. We're making sure everything is running nice and smoothly. It does need some fish. This is why I wanted to come and take a look at it, because sometimes when you're servicing the fish tank and you just kind of see the same fish, even though some of them sometimes, you know, I mean, fish die over time, and you're coming here, you're servicing the fish tank, you don't really notice these things that are they're very minuscule, so you don't notice them. And what happens is, like, you know, right now they may be down to like 20 fish. You want to make sure we keep this fish tank fully stocked at any given time, because when their customers come in, they don't want to look at something like, wow, where are the fish? There's no fish in here. But we make sure that we always add fish, so when the customers come in here, they sit down. Obviously, there's a lot of people who love sitting next to the fish tank, or when they're sitting around the fish tank, you want to make sure that the fish tank looks like it's thriving, like it's living. You don't want to have a boring fish tank. You know, why would we have a boring fish tank? So yeah.
Johnny, you have any business tips for today?
Yeah, today's business tip, I would say, if you have a customer who you've been dealing with for such a long time, this year we've been dealing, I think this one here was probably one of my first accounts. Not first accounts, one of my very few first accounts. And I think at the time I was charging $25 to service it. I didn't have any accounts. I think I was charging them like 100 and some change with the water conditioner and the filters. I was just starting. So as time went by, you know, he kind of wanted to see me. The manager who hired me, his name was Raul. Raul told me, well, you know, we can only pay you this much because we don't know if you have any experience. We don't know whether, you know, you're gonna be a professional about it, whether you're gonna be here with us for a long time. But what they wanted was a long-term relationship. So my point here is if you have a customer that you built a relationship over time, you know, grandfather them into prices. You know, obviously we don't charge 25. Obviously over time I told him, look, I can no longer charge you $25, you know. And then right now I think we charge them $85 a visit, but it's once a week and it's long term. You know, I've been doing this for 12 years, a little bit over 12 years. So my business tip to you would be, you know, like, yeah, build relationships with customers in the long run. You know, I get calls all the time to build ponds, to build aquariums. Yes, it's a good amount of lump sum money at once, but I prefer having customers in the long run, because because those customers that I either build upon or build a fish tank kind of takes away my time from serving my customers who I've been with such a long time. So my suggestion and my advice, business tip here is keep customers for the long run. You know, in the long run, you're always going to have friendships. You're always going to have customers. They're going to trust you. That, you know, one thing that I always like to use for my company is CPR. CPR meaning consistent, punctuality, and being reliable. So being consistent, being punctual, and being reliable. You always want to add these attributes to your business. No matter what kind of business you are, you always want to be consistent, you always want to be punctual, and you always want to be reliable. People are always calling me because they're always looking for a reliable service company.